This is a really nice stream. Grass is really green too. Kind of looks like it's going through a golf course. Water's a bit discolored. It hasn't rained in a few days. Wonder what's doing it. Maybe construction upstream. Maybe combined sewage. What's this here? Someone's old sign, you can't even read it now. It's been in so long. Got this small pipe going up to some storm drains on the street. Looks a bit damaged. I think it was like that when they put it in, probably. Over there's more storm drains going across the street. Right here is the pipes going under the road. Pretty long ones. Yeah. Pretty cool. Most of it's going out of this one. Wonder if the other one has a blockage or this one's just a little bit lower. Let's go find out. Don't have boots today, but if this is totally worth it. Wow, this one is just caked full of silt caused by the plants in the end. Oh, look at the mud. Oh, some raccoon prints too. The raccoons had some fun in here. I'm gonna get stuck if I keep going. So muddy in this culvert. Gotta walk through the other one. Too muddy. Gonna get stuck. Oh, the other one has mud traps. This one has a whole bunch of spiders. See this spider right there? Yep. And look at all the webs going back and forth across the tunnel. Gonna have to duck underneath some of these, and actually I gotta disconnect a few of them. There's too many spiders. Like, look at this guy here in the middle of the tunnel. Snip. Snip. One more snip. And that guy is receding back to the side of the tunnel, allowing me to pass through, and I gotta turn a light on. All right, got a light. A few more spiders. Bottom of this tunnel has some gravel in it, which is probably not original. I've seen that done very few times to spread out the water. It is actually beneficial, but usually they do it by accident. So you gotta snip the edge of the spider web. Now that it's broken, the spiders are receding to the sides. Keeping a lookout for more webs. Not afraid of spiders, but I am afraid of the bacteria that some of them carry when they bite you. Getting deeper down at this end. What do you guys think? Is this coming from some kind of construction site? Or is it combined sewage? Highly doubt it's combined sewage dumping into such a small stream. Whoa, whoa. Getting deep here. Oh, it's getting deep. See? Getting pretty deep here. Because there's no gravel here, the water slamming into here is kind of keeping it from filling in. A lot of this water, ooh, hit a rock. The majority of this water is actually coming from parking lots. So it's not the cleanest stuff. Don't want to drink it. The other one here is filling in because you see the majority of the streams coming out here. This one only gets water when this place floods, which isn't all the time. And when it floods, things get trapped in this one. That's why it's all filled with mud. See how the end of it doesn't have mud? Because the water's pouring down this hill, digging, and it leaves it down there against that plants down there. Not a big deal. If this thing needed to blast, that would erode really quickly. Not a big deal at all. This is New Hampshire. They check on their culverts a few times a year. Oh, look at that, we got a frog. Got a frog. Frog. Water can't be that bad. There's frogs living in it. This is pretty cool. Walking through a little swamp here. Oh, walking through a swamp. See how the grass is kind of pushed over? This thing was raging not too long ago. Although it hasn't rained in a few days, honestly. That's why I'm wondering why it's so discolored. Nice cat's tails. Running out of space. Is that a pile of debris? Or is there beavers in here? Those may have been beaver prints inside that tunnel, but based on the area, I kind of think it's raccoons. Is this a lodge? Is this a beaver lodge? Or is it just a pile of debris that the DOT pulled out? This is weird. Is this from the beavers? Nope, that's not a lodge. It would be right down on the water if this was a lodge, or it would at least have a tunnel going down there for times of high flow or low flow. See this here? This is something that is often confused. Some of these, this here could be done by a machete, bump, 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 bump. But sometimes beaver chew marks look very similar. I'm trying to prove myself wrong, or actually prove myself right that it was the beavers. I'm trying to look for definite evidence. This here, you don't see the bump, bump, bump. That looks more like it would be from them. Oh, whoa, yellow jacket. All right, I'm gonna try to see. This anyways, this pile is a dam of some sort, which I think is from the beavers, even though it looks like machete marks. I think there was a dam here somewhere that the DOT took a big clump out of. There's another build up here. It's not very organized, but it could be a beaver dam. That's what I'm trying to prove. Never know if these could be a lodge. Beavers, if you're in front of a lodge that's out of water, they're already very pissed off and they could easily come out here and bite you. They're easily pissed off already just because the water's so low. But it's unusual that they wouldn't build it right in front of the pipes we came out of. Then they'd be able to flood this whole little valley. Now this, there is some new material there I'm seeing. Just trying to prove that it was them. It could also be them using someone's lawn clippings that they're throwing in here. I just found the evidence I needed. Look at this. This is definitely cut by beavers. You see that? That's beavers. You see how they go bump, 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 bump? That's just their teeth on smaller ones. They can slice it like a knife. That's how strong their teeth are. But you see they had different angles because it's such a big piece. It's kind of sad to see beavers living in such polluted water with the film and nasty oil on top of it coming out of parking lots. But the DOT is planning something. You see their ribbons that are marking the wetland? Because this wetland needs to stay here. They're not allowed to get rid of it. And I'm using extreme caution right here. There could be a tunnel leading into this. This looks like a lodge. And they removed part of the dam. This is an old lodge. But I do see evidence there may be some activity here. And because this is such a small area, a beaver could come out of here at any moment, extremely pissed off. So I gotta watch my back. Look at this culvert. Oh, that's actually pretty damaged inside. Look in there. Can you see the damage? I better go right up to it so you can see better. My feet are already wet, so I don't mind going over there. In a little bit of water. I'm not gonna plow through this. There's a reason you never see me unclogging a beaver dam with my legs in the water side. Beavers are not always the friendliest creature. No, they are not. Not always the friendliest creature. That just scared me so much. I'm walking up this hill to get closer to the culvert. Suddenly a big frog jumps and hit my chest. Didn't even look where it was jumping to try to get back into the water quickly. I don't see any ripples here, but there's evidence beavers have been here not too long ago. Trying to find my way to look in this pipe, because it's extremely damaged inside as if it got crushed. I think my best bet is to get up on top of it and I'll lower the camera down there. Oh, another big frog. Saw it just jump down there. Those, the blue ones say wetland markers. Actually, I'm just gonna walk to the other side of the road. This will make my job way easier. It's very sad seeing beavers in such an urban area. So we got to get across the street here. Walking up the street just a little bit to try to find an area that's suitable for crossing. A little bit dangerous near the intersection. This is just up a little bit from the Volvo dealer. The Beavers are here, which is up a little bit. Some military building here. And now that there's lighter traffic, I'm gonna go ahead and make it across. Just gotta wait for one more car. A couple more cars. I got a big gap coming. Here we go. Gotta get across the street. Getting across the street. Make our way over to the other culvert. It's actually a cool little system the beavers have. They can just walk across the street through the culvert without getting hit by a car to get to the other side. Kind of a cool little system they have. And they're not really bothering the DOT much. That dam is really small. As long as they keep it that way, I don't see any problem. But look how close the sewers are. I hope it's not combined sewage. Now I'm looking for the other end of the pipe, which is over here somewhere. I think I found it. Got to get down into the swamp. Now this looks kind of beaverish too. Where's the culvert? I think it's over here a little bit more. We'll find it. Usually I'd follow the pipe straight across so I'd see it. Too much traffic to do that today. This area is even marked too, see, as wetland. Trying to find the culvert. Oh, here it is. Really nice entrance to it. Looks like they're going to be planning some maintenance because they have it all marked up. But the New Hampshire DOT always goes above and beyond when they're maintaining stuff. Trying to look for... Oh, yes, the beavers are present around here. Now, these are smart beavers, and they actually appreciate the DOT, and I'll show you why. See what I'm talking about down here? Couldn't see it from the other side, but there's a broken section down there. Not under the road, not a big problem. Even with a ton of flow, it would only wash out the bottom portion of the hill, but they definitely should get on this pretty soon. Anyways, beavers use this as a highway to get back and forth in the street. There may be another lodge over here behind me. Hoping not to get attacked by one sneaking up on me. Anyways, this embankment you can tell is brand new. Pipe isn't too old itself, but down there part of it failed. Maybe it froze in the winter, weird, and it broke, whatever. Pipe's in pretty good condition, other than that. But anyways, right here, this is why these beavers are actually good. Remember how I was so surprised they didn't cause their dam at the other pipe we just walked through? They built it a little before. There's no dam in front of the pipe. These beavers have different thinking than other ones I've seen. They build it right here next to it. So even when it gets a little bit tall, it can flow over. It doesn't block the capacity of the culvert. I'm sure the beavers are not thinking that, but it is pretty cool to see that kind of behavior. This is what I'm talking about. There's a little beaver dam right here that I'm standing on top of, built out of cat's tails. See, they didn't build back much water. There might be actually a few feet once we get into the pond. We'll see if we can find a higher point of view to look at it. But look right here, I'm standing on a little beaver dam. It's only like a foot tall, but it's keeping just enough water to make them feel comfortable going through the swamp. And look what we got there. There's a crayfish in there. This water may be discolored, maybe has a little bit of sewage in it, whatever. I'm gonna have to wash off my feet as soon as I get back to the vehicle. Oh, there's a bunch of mosquitoes going after me, no. But anyways, it's not bothering any of these creatures, so it can't be too polluted. Oh, good. We're getting back up near the intersection. Let's see, is there any kind of higher point of view we can look at? Wow, these plants are taller than me. This is what it is. It's wetland here. And the beavers have a whole bunch of area where they can, like, they built little mazes going through all the cattails. Very secluded, no one's gonna see them, predators won't see them. It's pretty cool. Look on satellite images. back here, it opens up into a pretty decent pond for a couple beavers. A nice small family of beavers can easily be supported here. So everyone, I hope this video was interesting. Pretty interesting to see how the beavers are reacting in the city. And it looks like the DOT may have made some kind of deal with them because they're building their dams just upstream from the culvert, so it does not affect capacity. Pretty cool. If anyone didn't realize, that's a joke. It's just a happy coincidence that they're getting along with the DOT. Very interesting though. And you also see these little trails here, which could be the beavers going up to the street for whatever reason. Hopefully they don't get hit. See all these markers? It might be time to dig, because this is some sort of retention pond for the businesses around here. And occasionally, a retention pond has to be dug out, because the stream feeding it will fill in with sediment until it can't serve its purpose anymore. So the beavers are gonna be screwed if they come in here with excavators to dig this stuff out, because they're not gonna replant all this like this. That'll take a decade to spread back in this density. They'll just put back a few of them on the edge and let them slowly spread back, because the cattails absorb a lot of toxins that may wash into the river. Look at this. We are in a city. There is a lot of trash. Not necessarily down there, but up by the road. The reason it doesn't get down there too much is because we are in New Hampshire. The DOT walks all the streets about once a year, sometimes every other year, and they pick up trash. It can't build up like some of the disgusting neighboring states to the south of us. Now this is part of the swamp here. You can see and it has been dry out here too. Look at satellite images and there's a pretty good swamp. We're gonna walk around here. There's another big business that'll give us another high point of view. Here's a bit further away. We're a few hundred yards from that intersection now, and you can see the wetland / retention area goes a pretty far distance. And the satellite images are obviously from a few years ago, because it shows this entire area as water. Could also be the early spring when the water's higher and all the grass is knocked over. But look where the water's coming from. It's coming from a parking lot where a bunch of cars are. What goes down these drains in the winter that might harm the beavers? A ton of road salt for no one slips in these businesses. A bunch of cars dripping oil in the parking lot. All that stuff gets washed down there, all that contaminants. You see there's some oil right there in the parking lot. Most modern cars don't leak as much as they used to. You see there's a few drops in these empty spaces, but these are also far away from the entrance of this building. I bet right up front to the front door, but there's some pretty big stains. Look at this guy. Not supposed to wear those studded tires in the middle of summer. That's weird, right? Those tires aren't even made to be in the heat. But anyways, there's a whole bunch of pollutants in this parking lot that are washing into the beaver swamp, which is kind of sad. It's sad for a beaver to be in the city. Oh, over here is a pretty good shot too. Let's move over here. Yay, we're on camera. Look at this. Back there, and there's some definite water right here showing up. This looks a lot more wet in this area. Maybe that's where they have a bigger lodge, and that's more of a little outpost. Yeah, I definitely see water right here. See between these pine trees? Definitely see water sitting down there. Feel bad that they got to deal with all the road salt and other stuff. Now this area right here, a little bit further down, there's definitely water back in this area I just showed. Now you see right here, this is a man-made wall. This is a little dirt dam holding back this area, which according to satellite, it's all filled with water. They may be satellite images that are maybe 5 years old, because this looks like a newer building when they first built the retention pond. And maybe the satellite images were taken after a storm when it was still releasing. You see down there, there's an inlet from the parking lot. Walk down here a little further, there's an even bigger inlet right down there, which has a little bit of water still trickling into it, probably groundwater being picked up by the drainage system. But anyways, hope this video was interesting. Thanks for watching. This is so cool. I just found these wind chimes on the side of the road that somebody built themselves. Doesn't sound bad.